Hi, Elle Ingalls here at elleingles.com, pressure-free.com. And the topic today is one that I wrote about earlier in the week, and it seemed to touch a lot of people, so I thought I would just do a little Facebook Live to share a little bit more about it. And the topic is when we talk about someone else, maybe a parent, a child, a coworker, another family member, either behind their back or when they're actually standing right in front of us. So I know I'm guilty of it. I'm raising my hand because especially pressure free, things would come out of my mouth that I'd be kind of like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Have you ever had that happen where you're like, take it back, I want to take it back, just don't want to have said that? Or you're talking about someone behind their back and you're like, this is wrong and I shouldn't be doing this. So I think a lot of us, if we're honest with ourselves, we've all done it at some point. But I became really super aware of it really in the past 15 years and really paying more attention to the words that I say and how I talk about my children or other people and how and listening to how others do it as well. And so what I found is that a lot of times, especially with our children, like we'll talk about them in some really negative ways. And it's almost as if we're reinforcing that negative behavior. There's so many studies on this, and there's so many really good psychological studies about it too. But I've seen people, and I'm sure I'm guilty of it too. I'd have to go back in time and really look, probably have missing memories about it, where I've done this as well, where your child is right with you, and you'll say something. For example, this is what I had heard. There's a group of moms, this was many years ago, group of moms, and when a little boy is there and the mom's got her hand on his head and it's like this, and she goes, well, he's really high anxiety, I just don't know what to do. And I was standing over on the other side and I saw this little boy's face just fall. And it really super touched me to see him just react so strongly when he heard the words out of his mother's mouth. So it's really true that our words matter, and especially for our kids. And I remember a study many years ago, like one negative takes 10 positive things to overcome. But for children, it's really incredibly strong. And one of the things we've done to try to counteract is overly praise on the other end of things. And I'm a firm believer in not overly praising, but doing the front end work. And what do I mean by front end work? That your child knows going into any activity that you have full confidence and full belief for whatever it is that's going to go down. And it doesn't matter if they fail or not. It doesn't matter if they lose the game. It doesn't matter if they make a mistake on stage. But you have full confidence and you're completely calm yourself. Because most parents get really jacked up on adrenaline before any sporting event, before any concert. You're trying to get there on time. You're trying to get everybody out the door. And you want your child to do well, and you're almost afraid if they don't. Like there's a lot of performance anxiety that parents feel, and it's totally natural. We feel that for our children. And we feel it for ourselves because our children are a reflection of what we do in our homes. And if they fail or they do terrible out on in their sporting contest, it's like we're responsible for that. We didn't prepare them somehow. So the best thing that you can do, I'm going to give you a tip right up front here, is to basically expect that everything is going to be fine, to assume success no matter what is happening, to instill the confidence on the front end. So that means that you yourself be really calm and confident. Be calm and confident. And this goes not just for children. This goes for your spouse, your partner. If you're going to some big event where they have to shine, they have something going on. Or if you have an elderly parent who you're caring for and they have to go to the doctor's office, something as simple as that. If you're calm and collected and confident, your family member is going to feel that. Your child's going to feel that. Your parent on the way to the doctor's office is going to feel that. They're going to feel assured that everything's going to be okay. They're going to also feel that love is not conditional. Because if we have a lot of expectations, it starts to build in children especially that love is conditional. Like if I don't do really well here, mom or dad is going to be really upset, or they're not going to think I'm good enough. They're going to think I'm a failure. So that F word comes up a lot, by the way, in my coaching. People will say, here's what they'll say. They'll say, I feel like I'm failing my family. I feel like I'm failing my own purpose and dreams. I feel like my brain is not functioning, it's failing. So that F word, failing, comes up a lot in my coaching. How can you set the stage so that when you walk into a situation, it's very positive? It's really, you're just kind of, again, doing the front end work and laying the groundwork so that when the contest ends or whatever it is that's over and you're back together with your child, they trust your emotional response. You're not going to go out crazy because they lost. You're just going to be there. Maybe they don't want to talk, by the way. If they don't do well, they might not want to talk. I have to tell this to a lot of people who have kids in sports. It's like, or if they perform on stage and they don't do very well. A high achiever is going to be like, don't talk to me. I know what I did wrong. Like, you don't have to talk. So maybe you're just going to be like that silent partner, that silent, confident, loving person that they can turn to if they need to cry. They can turn to if they need to talk through what needs to go better next time, so that there's a hope and a confidence. So again, it's kind of that front end work. I really encourage you to think about, I'm a firm believer, by the way, in the front end work, that can be super helpful. And I see some great people on here, Bethany, Rob, Kevin, thanks so much for joining. So just planting the little seeds of that front end work so that when the activity happens, your child's going to look up in the stands or look out into the audience, and when they see you, they're going to feel like, oh, mom trusts me. Dad trusts that I'm going to do well here. I can see how calm they are out there. They're not all worried and all tight-faced, but you're calm-faced, your belly is relaxed. They're going to feel that energy. Your children are so close to you, they're going to feel that energy. Your elderly parent who you're driving to the doctor's office, they're going to feel your energy if you're calm and relaxed. I had to take my mother-in-law once to the doctor's site. Here's what's really funny. She's was partially deaf and partially blind, and she couldn't give me the right direction. She goes, oh, I'll just tell you the directions, but she couldn't see where we were. I had to pretty much guess where I was taking her because she didn't know the address. It was hilarious. So it's like, okay, next time, make sure I get the written address and put it in my phone so I can take her to the right place. But, I was very calm and just relaxed, and I took her, and we had a lovely time. So see if you can make the journey to whatever the event is be just as great as whatever the actual event is too. So those are my thoughts for you today, just kind of following up on a post I did that a lot of people resonated with. And I'm just give yourself a lot of love because you probably said crap that you wish you hadn't. I know I have. And so we it's like apologize to yourself and acknowledge, and it's time to move on. And how can we just start to add a little more pressure-free into your life just so that we can create a better scene and certainly help our family members overcome their anxiety and their stress and their depression. So if this is helpful, I'm wishing you a great pressure-free day. Bye.